Sunshine's Corner, being brought to you by Quint and Richie Studer.
And a very pleasant good morning to you, ladies and gentlemen. It is Friday. Welcome into the hottest spot in town. This is Sunshine's Corner. I am your host, Sunshine, and we are going to have a conversation today that truly needs to be had. I want to welcome in, I tell you, I never thought I'd get it, but I did. I want to welcome in from the Democratic Party. We have Nikki Freed that's going to be talking with me today, and we're going to talk about things that needs to be talked about. We're going to discuss things that needs to be talked about, and I'm so pleased to have her with me today. Good morning, Nikki. How are you?
I am doing great this morning, and thank you so much for actually having me on. And before we even get started, I have to do a huge shout out to you. because you stand in this space every single day and bring.
Nikki, hold on tight because I can't hear you. We are having some technical difficulties. I don't hear a word that you're saying. So, but I know that they're working on it. But I hope that everybody could be ready for this. So we could. This is a conversation I think that's so needed, Nikki, and I'm so glad that you took the time. And once I can hear this, I will be able to take this conversation a little bit further. And to all of our viewers this morning, bear with us because this is a conversation we need to have. We're going to talk about things with the momentum of elections. We're going to talk about everything that's going on in our country today, the things that are affecting Floridians, and how we can get the Floridians motivated to do the things that are so needed to be done. And stay with us because we're working on what should be worked on. We're going to be talking about we're going to be talking about the things that we want to message to the community so that we will know what we need to do today to make a difference. I'm so glad that I want to share with you. We're going to go back now. We're going to talk to Nikki. And I tell you, Nikki, but there's got to be something good that we're talking about when things happen like this. I think they try to prevent us. Let's say good morning to you again, Nikki. Hopefully I can hear you.
Good morning.
Good morning. I can hear you slightly, but I don't hear you in my earpiece. And I apologize for this, but let me tell you what it is. See, we're in a transition. I call this our, when you are growing, you have those growing pains. And we are in a temporary studio. We're growing to go upstairs to get even better. And I apologize for the technical difficulties that we are experiencing this morning. But I cannot hear Nikki at all, guys. And I need to hear her so we can talk about these things I have on this sheet that I know that all of our Floridians need to hear. And let's try it like this. I'm going to try it like this again, Nikki. I apologize. Let me say welcome into Sunshine's Corner so that you can be a part of this conversation. Welcome in. I can hear you from a distance now. Thank you, Nikki.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Well, what I was saying is that first of all, I wanted to say thank you to you. Showing up in these spaces every single day and talking truth to power, bringing in candidates onto your show. The fact that we fill up to Escambia County this year is a lot to do to the work that you're doing every day in this space. And so thank you on behalf of the people of this state for all of your advocacy and work.
Thank you so much. I believe in collectively all of us working together. And on my part, I'm going to do all I can. So I believe in connecting the dots, Nikki, so that we can have a conversation, that we can do things for our community because knowledge is power. And once we compile all that knowledge together, that only causes us to grow. And I appreciate all that you do. Let's get into the conversation right about now, Nikki. When it comes to even with what's happened in the country today, I see that we've got a partial momentum, I think, that's going for people that have been affected in so many ways. What would you say about that this morning?
I think that what happened last week, where people came out of the woodworks to vote, whether it was up in the Northeast, in New Jersey, and out in Virginia, getting two fierce women elected as governor, all the way out to California, where people showed up in record numbers to say that we don't want to deal with corruption from Washington, D.C., all the way down here to the South, where we flipped seats here in Florida. Georgia flipped two Public Service Commission seats. We also saw what happened in Mississippi, getting themselves out of the super minority in Mississippi. So what we saw on Tuesday is the American people won. They said, exactly. We are not trusting the Trump administration. We are not happy with the direction of our economy. People are suffering, the tariffs, the chaos, the corruption, and the American people showed up on Tuesday. And so that is momentum for the
I agree. I mean, because when I was watching, I was just screaming all the way across my bed as I was watching as the numbers were coming in. And when you say that, that does speaks volume when you think about with the American people speaking as loudly as they did. I think that is something that we as a community, we as a country need to look at. I think when people say that I'm tired, our actions will prove out more about what we do. And that's what we got to do even as we move forward. Don't you agree, Nikki?
Absolutely. And I think that what you have seen 10 months, it's all we've been living through is 10 months. Imagine 3.5 more years of this. And so what we have seen over the last 10 months is that this administration has had more corruption than we have seen in any previous administration, including President Nixon.
That's right.
And we have seen corruption. We have seen prices going up. We have seen tariffs hurting our small businesses, the attacks on our minority communities. I mean, it is across the gamut, including out in the, veterans, and which is so important to Pensacola and to people and to the Panhandle, attacking our veterans, our healthcare. I mean, it's across the board. And I think that what's happening is that we are building a pretty large coalition that says, look, we're not perfect either. I am never going to tell you the Democratic Party, the Democratic candidates are perfect by any stretch of imagination. But we're building a coalition of authentic candidates who are going to step up in this moment and say we have to do better for the American people. Find those authentic candidates, run for office, get behind them, and stop the chaos, not just in Washington, D.C., but we see it every single day
exactly.
in Tallahassee as well.
I so agree. Well, what specific strategies are the Democratic Party putting together so that in place to strengthen our people so that we can get more engaged and turn out in voting that's coming up in next year?
Yes, well, it's happening all the time. I mean, we just finished municipal elections here. We've got special elections that are still going on here in the state of Florida in December. We've got more special elections and runoffs and up into March next year. So the work never stops. And so what we have done is we've created a program called the Pendulum Program, year-round statewide organizing model, which is similar to what has happened in Wisconsin and Michigan and North Carolina, who were able to flip their states blue. And so we have created this program that is crisscrossing our state, leaning into every community all year round to be doing the phone making, the door knocking, engaging in our communities, because we have to regain the trust of the people of our state to say we're not just showing up asking for your vote. We want to hear you year round and make sure that we're building a coalition that's reflective of the people that we're trying to represent. So that's how we're doing this differently. We're showing up today. We're showing up yesterday. We're going to show up tomorrow, not just over tomorrow.
Exactly. When you're out, and I know you've spoken with a lot of people in the Democratic Party, what are you hearing mostly from the people when you're meeting with them about all this that's going on? What are their concerns, the impact of the government, the shutdown? What are you hearing from the people?
Heartbreaking stories. I'm hearing from mothers who are stage 3 breast cancer and that are having to raise 4 children on their own, lose their jobs because they can't stay and work while getting through chemo treatment, and seeing their Obamacare subsidies going away and the increase of costs, and then not having reliance on the government with the SNAP benefits. Well, I'm hearing from people, from small business owners who are going to have to lose their healthcare coverage next year. I'm hearing from farmers who are seeing tariffs and this international trade fight that Trump is going through, hurting our agriculture industry. I'm hearing from families out in Miami who have been here for 20, 30 years and are afraid to show up to work because ICE agents are detaining anybody who doesn't look like what they believe the Americans should look like. That's what I'm hearing. And people are scared. They're frustrated. They're angry at government. And we have an opportunity to show that government can work for the people, but we have to get the right people back in office.
I agree 100%. Ladies and gentlemen, we are talking with Nikki Fried. I mean, she's got these answers for us, things that happen to us daily. These are the things that we need to be listening to. These are the things that we need to take heart. We can't just talk about it. And I see what she's telling us we got to be about it. You're already finding out that the people in the entire country are tired. They're really tired of it. It's time for us to make a change. So we got to work together to do that. I encourage you to be a part of this conversation today at 850-432-7768, because these are things that when we work together, we can see a better solution. These are the things that we see not just happening only to the brown and black communities, but it's happening to everybody. I'm sure that we're all waking up. And I want to say to you, Nikki, I appreciate all the work that you do. Let's talk about the health costs. When you look at it now, that's planning to go up at the first of the year, that it is the health cost that's going up so extremely high, even of those who are on Medicaid. They can barely afford it.
4.7 million Floridians are going to be impacted next year. That is people losing their Medicaid. That is people losing their subsidies that they can't afford. And you're seeing 300+% increases in people's healthcare premiums per month.
Wow.
That is unattainable. Like for most families, to think that you are paying $350 a month and have been budgeting for that, because most of our families live month to month on a very fixed budget.
Mm-hmm.
And to see your premiums go from potentially $300 a month to $1,500 a month, $3,000 a month. Families can't afford that. So they're going to make the really tough decision of having to either pay for their health care premium or pay for their rent or pay for groceries. Those are not decisions that families in America in 2025 or 2026 should have to make those decisions. Okay. But that is what's happening. And what that's also going to do is put an enormous amount of strains on our current healthcare system, on our emergency rooms, on our rural hospitals that are going to close down. There's going to be such drastic economic impacts to this state and to mostly the South. Let's talk about the South, which has the highest percentage of enrollees on Obamacare, ACA than anywhere else in the country. That is something that is going to be impacting red states more than blue states. Yet we can't find Republican members of the congressional delegation here in the state of Florida, or 2 U.S. senators, who are willing to stand up for those 4.7 million Floridians.
Absolutely. And you know, when we talk about these things like that, Nikki, it hardens my heart when I see the people that we are right here in this community, the things that they're having to get up. And I think the timing of it is just so unbelievable that they would do this at this time of year. Kids are going to be out of school. SNAP benefits been taken away. I mean, health costs is going up. And that's putting a strain on the American family, especially like you say here in the South. And we as a community got to come together to make sure that these people are taken care of. And Nikki, I tell you, it's so, why can we call it? We want just fair representation. I mean, fair representation. We don't ask for anything out of the ordinary, just fair representation. Let's talk about that because of the fact that we see the disparities that we are experiencing now. And what bothers me the most, Nikki, is that why is it that even the people, I'll say it, I'll be quite transparent, even with Republicans, those that are in the same situation, some as of our Democrats are, I ask for those to think about this. I would ask every Republican, every Democrat, those who make all those big dollars, asking them to walk away from this. Give up your salary. You can't get to the bank. How you would feel, because you would feel the same as your constituents then. Then I think, would that make a difference? I mean, that's just me from my heart.
Yeah, and that's what's been so heartbreaking about the last few months, is that I don't understand how you are a member of Congress, whether the House, the Senate, or even local representatives, and you're not hearing the same things I'm hearing. I'm not just talking to Democrats. I'm on something that's called a front porch swing, which is going to red and rural parts of our state. I'm hearing the same thing from Republicans.
Exactly.
I'm hearing the same thing, whether if you're black or brown or white. This impacts across the board. This is a class warfare fight that is happening right now. And this is all about billionaires who have been trying to and have successfully in the big, excuse my French, bullshit bill. So you can all beat me.
Exactly.
That gave tax breaks to the ultra wealthy. Where do you think that money came from? It came from our SNAP benefits. It came from our Medicaid. It came from our feeding programs. It came from the ACA Obamacare subsidies. That's where it came from. And at the same time, we just spent $40 billion we sent to Argentina. That money would have paid for a year's worth of Obamacare subsidies.
Absolutely. Well, how is it that, what are we doing to reach those people that are now, somewhat always overlooked? The plan that we have to reach those.
Yeah. So that one, coming on to programs like this, making sure that our conversations are reaching as many people as possible. We are going into social media spaces that we haven't been to previously. Again, our front porch swing that I'm on, I'm going to red and rural parts of our state, having these kinds of conversations. We have this pendulum program that we started this part of the year, making sure we've got volunteers. So if anybody's listening and wants to participate, we are actively recruiting volunteers all across our state going into this community. And I'm asking you all, that if you have stories, go onto your social media platforms, tell your stories, make sure that you're telling your friends and your family members and people that you interact with, and know that there's other people out here that are sharing similar stories. But this is a time that we need the American people to understand that democracy is always in their hands. They have the ultimate power and how to use it in this moment. Tell your stories, contact your members of Congress, and be part of the solution of how to get out of this mess.
I agree. It's what we're going to do right now. We're going to run and take a break. Okay, we're going to stay here then. Thank you, Stephen. Okay, now what we're going to talk about now, Nikki, is what I feel like when I see how are we going to get some of the younger people motivated. Because when I talk to so many people out there yet to this day, they tell me, it's not going to matter. My vote's not going to matter. When I try to let them know the loudest voice you can have is to cast your vote. But we've got some work to do as far as the younger people to get them motivated to get out to even vote, to be heard, to make the changes that they see that are even affecting everybody in their families. How can we do that together?
Yep. So there's lots of things that you can do. First and foremost, here in the party, when I first became chair in 2023, we created a youth council. That is part of our program. We brought in some of the students and the youth that are involved in different organizations across our state. So they're in one spot here. We have now created a program where we've got fellows all across our state in 10 fellows in 6 of our universities, which we're going to expand next year. We're active on TikTok and other social media platforms. Wow. Our young Dems and our college Dems are more active than we've ever been before. My team inside of the party I think I'm definitely the oldest person on our team. Everybody is 30 and under. I tell stories about the good old days of the 80s and the 90s that glosses over their heads. So we are actively engaging in the youth. But certainly if people are listening to the show, the other thing that we talk a lot about is making sure that we are connecting our seniors to our youth. Because our seniors have wisdom that they can share with the youth, and the youth have new opportunities, whether it's AI or other social media platforms, and to partner them together. So we've been doing a lot with our senior caucus and our youth, but that's how we started and talk to your grandkids. This is a family affair. I know that my 16-year-old niece and my 13-year-old nephew get on my mother all the time about things that are going on in society, and that's how we bridge those gaps too.
Absolutely. I think that engagement is going to do well, because I got to say this, because back here last year, we did turn Escambia County blue. And I'm saying with that, we got to use more of those strategies to make sure that we continue to work toward, I think it's all called togetherness. And that's what it really is, that we are going to be equally represented. And when you think about that, when I talk with the chair here, Derek Scott, he did a lot of work. And to get that, and he was just tickle blue when I said that to be cute. He was tickle blue when he found out that it had been a number of years since that had happened here. With those strategies that you see that, how do you think that we can get people to motivate that we can do that? I wish he was here today that I could share his feelings. The fact of, if we did it here, we can do it other places. But it's going to take a lot of work, because I think there's a lot of preparing or repairing that has to be done because of what's being branded and planted in the heads of so many. I want to ask you this, Nikki. You see, when as I talk to people, and I tell them often, we've got to learn how to brand, or I say, look at some of the things that they did. I'll use this as an analogy. When it came to that red hat, everybody knows what that red hat, they and everything out of their mouths is always it's the Democrats. It's the Democrats. That's a strategy that they're using to plant those thoughts in the process of so many. And it worked for a while. But we, as a group of people, the believers that want everything to be equally done, what strategies are we going to come up to combat that? To let them know that the right way of doing things, it doesn't mean that there's always one party that comes out of his mouth that does every single thing on this earth. I've never heard anything positive. There's always a negative thing about Democrats. How are we going to handle that?
Yes. So first of all, I'll also do another shout out to Derek Scott.
Yes.
I've known Derek since our time at the University of Florida, and he certainly deserves his credit for not giving up on Escambia County and working really hard. It helps create the national narrative that if we were able to flip Escambia County for the first time, like in the 80s, then everything is still possible in the state of Florida, and it helps create the narrative that with hard work and determination, everything is possible in our state. Right. And you're right. You know, the Trump MAGA movement has spread such propaganda and such lies about who we are as Democrats, what we stand for, who we fight for. And we allowed it to happen, you know, because we were so fearful of standing up for our own values.
Exactly.
And fighting back because people said, oh, you know, we clutch our pearls and we have to take the high road. And the reality is we take the high road, and I'm going to say something out of turn, it hurts people because it's not being played in the fair game. And we've got to learn how to push back on bullies. We learned that in the sandbox in elementary school. We've got to find a way to push back against bullies, stand up for our shared values, and remember that there's more that unites us than divides us. There's nothing that we talked about today that is Democrat. It is American. Right. It is patriotism. It is values that we share as Americans, that we're supposed to take care of our neighbors, that we're supposed to see justice without being blind to financial background or the color of your skin. We're supposed to create a society that creates opportunities for all. And we're not living in that society right now. And I think that as more time goes on, and the more that Donald Trump does not focus on the number one promise that he made to the American people was to reduce the cost of living, the more he doesn't do that, and the more he tears down the East Wing and builds $250 plus $300 million with Republican billionaire contractors that have over $350 billion worth of federal contracts. Those are the lobbyists, and those are the billionaires who are paying for the ballroom. Until which time that he focuses on the American people, people are going to start waking up and remembering the first 4 years, and remembering the chaos that we experienced during the first 4 years, and the lies that are coming and the corruption is coming out of this 4-year administration.
Absolutely. Nikki, how do you know, with me, there are things that I see, and I see with people. It's as if they are afraid to really stand up. I'm a person that watches. I hear you, but I watch you. Your words are not matching what's coming out of your mouth. And it's as if they are afraid to really stand up for what's right. As we see today, we said this at the beginning of the call, that the Black and brown people are being targeted, and it is so hurtful, but yet and still there are some, I'll even say it right here, it's as if they are afraid to stand up for what's right. I do not comprehend that. I cannot I can't comprehend why is it that we're afraid to stand up for what's right for you. How are we going to handle people and things like that, Nikki?
Well, I'm going to be also very frank. You know, that if in fact you were an elected Democrat and you are not standing up in this moment and not figuring out how to serve your constituents, Democrat, Republican, Independent, as our state is 1/3, 1/3, 1/3 at this point, get out of the way. Just simply get out of the way. There's plenty of people that want to fight and want in those positions. If you're not ready, and I don't care if it's a school board member all the way up to U.S. Senate or governor, if you are an elected Democrat in this moment, not willing to stand up and fight back, we don't need you. We need fighters right now who are going to deliver for the American people. And if you are not part of that solution, get out of our way, because we have a lot of people that need those spots. And I think that what's happened here in the state of Florida, what DeSantis has done is he has suppressed so many voices Yes, we have seen people like Monique Worrell as a state attorney out in Orange County be removed from office. We see other state attorneys like Andrew Warren out in Hillsborough County removed from office. Threats to school board members who stand up and fight back. And so here in Florida, you've seen so much oppression of freedom of speech that people are scared. And it's going to take those electeds and those of us that are willing to put everything on the line at this moment to stand up and continue fighting back and leading in this moment, saying there's more of us than there are of them. And the more you see support from the people coming out and voting in these elections, coming out and giving to these candidates and writing op-eds and going to the No Kings protests and going to other types of civic engagement activities right now, gives people back their power and their strength, and they can stand up straight and say, this is not okay, and we're in this together.
Absolutely. Nikki, I tell you, I promise you 30 minutes. We're at that line, and I tell you, I want to say thank you for taking the time, but I tell you, it's going to be another invitation going out to you so that we can continue this conversation. I want to say thank you for all your continued work, and I appreciate the things that we talked about. Now, we're down to the last 4 minutes. What I'd like for you to do, what would be your words of encouragement to those people that are viewing today, that they can carry on to make sure that we are in line with what's right for everybody?
That's right. First of all, we all know that the saying, God only helps those that help themselves. So this is a moment where you have to take accountability for your actions. You know, when I talked about my niece and my nephew, I know that in 10 years, they're going to turn to me and say, Auntie Nikki, what did you do in this moment? And I'm going to have to tell them every damn thing humanly possible.
Come on.
And that's what we all have to be saying in this moment. And you saw the American people fight back last week. You're seeing more and more, even in Congress, Republicans defecting on the Epstein file releases. So you're starting to see the MAGA coalition, I don't want to use another C word, coalition kind of start to dismantle itself. And this is our opportunity to start welcoming those into our tent to say, come fight with us. There is a better way forward to the American ideals, and also help us build what comes next. I think the American people also sent a really clear message in November of 2024 that status quo does not work. Yeah. That too many people in our economy are not being seen, that they're working 2 jobs, sometimes 3 jobs, not even to be able to make ends meet, take care of their families. So we're not saying that things are peachy keen and that things are roses and sunshine everywhere. Help us build a better tomorrow. But we can't build a better tomorrow if we don't have engagement from everyday American people in our community. So we need you engaged. We need you helping to knock on those doors, to be talking to your neighbors, to be running for office, to be engaged in what is the next chapter of America. And this is our moment to fight for our country, to fight for our liberties, to fight for our freedom, for justice for all, for the things that and the Constitution is not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. It is a living document. And so we have to understand that we have a part to play in what that next chapter looks like, but we need your all's engagement. This is possible. You saw it right in Escambia County. When we organize, we've got good candidates that are focusing on issues that are impactful to the people of those communities. We can win elections, but not if we sit at home, not if we think that the glass is half empty. Always the goals and dreams of the American people always shine through. And this is a time to not give up on America, to not give up on our democracy, to not give up on a better way forward, but to lean in, to stand up and to fight back.
Absolutely. Nikki, I tell you, that sums it up right there. I mean, everybody, that's what we need to be doing. And I can't say, but thank you so much. Continue with your great work. And we've got a job ahead of us, and we're going to all do it together. I just plead from everybody, please, let's just learn to work together. Let's get out of this toxic thing and make sure that all are equally served. All are equally served. And I say thank you again, Nikki. I could not thank you enough. I appreciate you. Like I said, I'm going to be calling back because later on we got to keep this conversation going so we can keep the momentum up high. I appreciate you and thank you for stepping in this Friday morning on Sunshine's Corner. Thank you so much. Bye, Nikki.
I thank you.
Good day, Pensacola. Welcome to a new segment on health and wellness sponsored by Baptist Healthcare in partnership with Sunshine's Corner. Every first Wednesday of the month during Sunshine's telecast, we're going to be bringing you information about health and wellness and ways to make sure we're improving the quality of your health care here in Pensacola. After all, we want to ensure that you're going to the right place at the right time and for the right reason, and that you don't feel alone. Can't wait to see you.
At FPL, we plan for storm season all year long. We're strengthening poles to better withstand severe weather. We're clearing lines to improve resiliency, and we're constantly training teams to act at a moment's notice. Because we're always working, always preparing. So when storms do hit, you can count on us. FPL, working for you every single day.
I'm Emily Echeverria, Marketing Communications Director for Council on Aging of West Florida and the host of Coming of Age. Watch our show to find out what we're doing for our seniors and their families, and hear from area experts and local business owners about their programs and services. Want to help? Find out how you can work with us to bring a better future to our seniors. Watch Coming of Age, 3:30 p.m. Wednesdays, only on Blab TV.
Pensacola, Wagwan mean? What's up in Jamaica? My name is Nash, CEO of Good Vibes Jamaican Grill. Once you see me, you already know this is where the flavor, the vibes, everything is at right here at 7999 Pensacola Boulevard. If you want oxtail, curry goat, jerk chicken, and so much more, just come right here at Good Vibes. Just come on down and just come enjoy yourself. If you haven't been, you're missing out. And if you're coming, bring your friend, tag a friend,
And welcome back to this Friday edition of Sunshine's Corner. I want to thank Nikki Free for taking the time to be a part of the conversation today. The things that we talked about, and I'd like to hear from you as well, 850-432-7768. Keep the conversation going, keep the momentum going. As you can see, this time of year, with so much that is happening with the government shutdown, I mean, it's supposed to be coming back, but it's a slow process. Even for those who are affected by SNAP, it's a slow process. And I'll say this to our viewers today. Let us not take the low road. Let's take the high road. Let's put all of this negative stuff behind us so that we can work together for a better community. Because it doesn't just affect one of us, it affects all of us. And I say to you today, be a part of the change. Change doesn't feel good, but right now it is absolutely necessary. Good morning.
We can work together for a better community.
Good morning.
It doesn't just affect one of us, it affects all of us.
Okay,
and
somebody has to turn your TV down because I can hear myself.
Be a part of the change. Change doesn't feel good.
I hear myself. If the person on the phone could turn your TV down and listen to me via phone, then I can get you on. Now, good morning. They hung up. No, they didn't. Well, something happened. Let's see.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Parked at 10.
Let's try it again. I see. Good morning. Well, I'm going to get this right because I see it going from one place to the other. We're going to keep trying. Good morning.
Good morning, Sunshine. How are you?
I am doing well. Oh, hey, Gay, how are you?
I'm doing well. Nikki did a good job. I'm glad you had her on.
Well, thank you so much. And I mean, she made so many points. And what would you like to add to that? Because of the things that are happening, even now with the shutdown that supposedly, you hear my words, I said supposedly, going to be a big change. Not a full change, but a partial change. But even though we're coming up in January, everybody that's being affected with the price of insurance. We were talking to a friend just the other day who working and saying that they're going up to what? $700 and something bucks a month. How is it, from your perspective, what we got to do in conjunction with Nikki?
Well, I'll tell you a really quick story. Yesterday, I had a set meeting with my insurance company, and my insurance through the marketplace is $250 a month, and it's going up to $1,200 a month.
Oh my God.
So that is the reason that Democrats supported the shutdown in the first place. Some of the Democrats gave in. Now we don't get those credits. The Republican Party promises that they're going to have a vote on the Affordable Care Act, and it's hard to believe that'll happen. So what we have to do is change Congress. We have to change our leadership because they're not looking out for us.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about things that, you know what, I think sometimes repetition works. We may have to say it over and over and over, but I don't think we're going to have to repeat ourselves as often this time, because it's people here are feeling the effects of what's happening. And I'm not just talking about one community, I'm talking about everybody. They're feeling the effects. Do you not agree?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I agree completely. Our black community is struggling. Our Hispanic community is being abducted and put in vans and internment camps, and everybody else is going poor. Mm-hmm. We have to make sure that we cast our votes and that we stay engaged year-round, not just at election time.
Exactly. I agree. Gates, I mean, thank you so much for all that you do, and I thank you for your comments today. I appreciate you with the perfect kind of love.
Of course, have a great show.
All right, thank you. Everybody, please, we're talking about things that affect us so much today, and it is not just the fact that it affects one of us, it affects all of us. We as a community got to take adversity and turn it into opportunity. We have to take the things that are affecting us to make sure that we work together to make it better. I could say that all day long, but until we take the opportunity, let's not just talk about it, we've got to be about it. Let's stop being so afraid when you see, even with your fear, it's affecting you anyway. We're gonna be back with more, so don't go anywhere, right here on Sonshine's Corner.
You finally found the perfect car in racing blue. You even got them to throw in the LED fog lights for free. Auto Owners insures your car because some people never learn to parallel park. That's simple human sense.
Ask the Messick Insurance Agency in Pensacola if Auto Owners make sense for you.
Keep going, more. No, stop!
Sonia Bay's Botanicals is a local wellness boutique that specializes in infused fruit juices, medicinal herbal tea remedies, clean hair and body care, and herbal infused sea moss gels, which can be purchased 1 for $25 or 2 for $40. This sea moss contains 92 of the body's 102 essential minerals used to increase energy, relieve pain and inflammation, and improve blood pressure and more. From parasite cleanse to detox and weight loss to blood sugar control, Sonia Bay's Botanicals has a natural solution for you.
Bam, bam, bam.
Bam! I'm back. Blab TV, brand new episodes.
The Emerald Coast Utilities Authority state-of-the-art materials recycling facility processes recyclables for communities throughout the region, lowering need for more landfills. This highly efficient recycling service accepts glass, paper, cardboard, plastics, aluminum, and more. But we need your help. Please make sure your recyclables are clean of garbage, food, and liquids. Also, please remember that plastic shopping bags, foam products, or yard waste are not recyclable. To learn more, go to livegreenecua.com.
And welcome back to this Friday edition of Sunshine's Corner. We have had a great conversation today because we should have these type of conversations at all times. And this is why I want, you know, a lot of people that I've run into, they're afraid of the engagement when you have thoughts. But you know, I always believe this, that your thought with my thought and everybody put your thoughts in together, you can come up with a greater solution instead of just thinking you can do it all by yourself. No. This is why I tell people, when you hear things, talk about it. If you don't know how to get the solution or work out for a solution that you are trying to achieve, then this is when you go to somebody who's working with you, you talk about it. Don't think that your way is the only way. And as you see with the American people today across these United States, they are being affected. And this is why with the platform here, we appreciate those who are taking the time to become more engaged, to be more visible, to be more firm on your beliefs of taking care of all. As you see now that with this season, we're hopeful that everybody will get half of what they're saying. If they even get partial of this shutdown that's saying they are working on, which I believe it all when I see it, I think that it's still going to take a moment for those people to bounce back. It's a process. You give me a partial here, but look at how much I've already missed. So therefore, I'm still into the same situation that I was because I do not have enough capital to get me where I need to be. This is where, as a community, we've got to come together. As a total community, we have to come together. And I would love for us to stop being so, I don't understand it. Why is it so pointed toward people of color? I do not understand that, but yes, I do. I do not understand why is it that dictatorship, that's what it seems like to me. That's what people are trying to really do and to dictate. When you look at the things that's being affected by my community, I hear stories that I heard from my parents that we're headed right back to, that's what they want us to do, to go back to that direction. So aren't you willing, aren't you ready to be that person to stand up that you cannot? Look how many jobs that were taken away from people of color, women as a matter of fact. Do you not ask yourself why? Do you not ask yourself, what can I do? Do you not ask yourself, who is it that I can team up with so that we can find out better ways so this will not happen? I don't understand. Fear is just false evidence appearing real. This is something we as a people got to do. But I'll say this and I believe this, anything from my heart. I attended a conference this week, but what I gathered from this conference, what was being taught, every person that got up there that spoke, they kept God in the center. I was amazed. That was one thing that I was really amazed, but yet pleased, that God was the center of their success. If you take him out of the equation, if you do not follow, I like to call it the map that's left for us, then guess what? It's going to be some stumbling blocks there, but he said that he'll never forsake us or leave us. And I brought that up to show you this, that if us as the American people that's right here in Escambia County, and you see what's going on that's affecting us so strongly, why is it that we are still lacking or having that to want to work together? Explain that to me. Make me understand that. Why is it that when you see, by you being quiet and say, I'm going to do this, it does not help you in it, because in the long run, it's going to affect you anyway. Don't you see that? So why is it that's such a different thing for our communities as number one? Come together. Can somebody make me understand that? Can somebody make me understand why you don't see what's going on today? Why won't you take these collective points that we're showing to you, put them together so we can make a better Pensacola? Start off right here at home so we can expand so that we can be better with all of us. Do you not see that? These are the things that really bother me when I watch and I see people, they talk one thing and they're doing another. These are the things that I see every single day, but I just wonder, why is it that we are as a group, and when you have leaders, I'll give you a person who I've grown and I'm developing a great relationship with is Derek, with the chair. Now, don't get me wrong. I know Republicans. I know Democrats. I know people. With me, what I truly hope that we will ever get there before one day is the fact that we want just what's equal. We're not asking you for anything out of the ordinary, but we just want to be equal, to use what we've all given. You use yours, I use mine, then we can all grow together. Did you not see the picture I'm trying to paint? Because I think that this is what God intended for it to be. I know that you do. But ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to feel that way with all the things that are going on in the world today, even with the shutdowns that you see, the things that are being promised. Our dear people are being affected in so many ways. And what bothers me the most at the time of year that it hit, because of the fact that things that's going to be affected is already behind, how are we going to get better with it to get, to bring it up? Think about the kids going to be at home, for the people who live by SNAP. Do you look at those things? Do you ever think about those things? Because that's a fact. These are things we as a community must do. We as a community must do. These times like this in our communities, as such as I know when I was a young child growing up, the things that I saw my parents had to go through. But you see, there are certain things that we already know how to get through, been there, done that, we got the t-shirt, but what we shouldn't have to do that in 2025. Do you think not? I do. We've had a conversation today with Nikki Fried, and I tell you, Nikki Fried, I said it wrong that time, it's Fried, but the points that she made, that the things that we've got to do in order for us to collectively to grow right here, we've got to take the I out of the equation. It has to be us to make that point to get across. Are you with us? Are you ready to make a change? Are you ready for the thing to go back to not just always pointed at one way, but to cover us all? Because you can believe this or not, I'll tell you this, there's one person that's going to sit back and look at your whole track record, and it's going to be the same person that's going to look at you, whether you're red, yellow, black, white, or brown. Think about that. This is the way it's got to be. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to make a change. I'm going to switch the board here just a little bit because of the fact that we're headed up to the holiday season, and I want to talk to our community about something that we put together that we're working on. And this is what I call working together. A few people that we partnered together to bring change in here to help those that are going through difficult times, to help those. Nobody during this holiday season should be without, I'm talking about a hot, prepared meal. I want to say to Tammy of the Leah Foundation, I want to say, that's right, there it is on the screen. I want to say to Lemons to Lemonade. I want to say to Rise Church right there. That's the old flag, I got to give them the new one, but they are with us as well, Pastor Burns. And of course, Baptist Healthcare. I want to say this, we have gotten something compiled together that's going to benefit us all. Coming up on Tuesday, the 25th, of November. And I have to say this, I even had the opportunity to talk with the mayor and invited him, and he accepted the invitation to come out so we as a community can serve the community together and to show that these things that are happening, we are putting all of our things collectively so that we can make a difference. I'm going to go take a break, and when I come back, I'll tell you how you can be a part of what we'll call the Feast of Love and Hope Thanksgiving that's going to be there at the Fricker Center coming up on November the 25th. Come out if it's just a serve. If you know people who want and need a hot meal, we got it for them. We're talking the entire turkey feast. We've got it for you. We'll tell you more about it when we return right here on Sunshine's Corner.
My name's Kelly McLeod. I'm the owner of Bella Magazine. Bella is a source of uplifting and inspiring content for the women of Pensacola.
I think the magazine is just so thoughtfully done. There's a lot of attention to detail. The stories are really good.
You've got seriousness, you've got fun, education, fashion. It just encompasses everything.
Women are multidimensional, and so is Bella.
From the efficiency of American natural gas and the dependability of nuclear power, to the strength of Florida's sunshine and the flexibility of advanced battery storage systems, we leverage a diverse mix of energy sources to power our growing state, ensuring reliable, low-cost power for your home or business whenever you need it. FPL, working for you every single day.
Adventure, fun, and connections is all right here in your backyard with Pensacola Parks and Recreation. Bike the trails and feel the rush. Come to our senior programs for ages 50 and older. Learn new skills and make new friends. Tee up at Osceola Golf Course and paddle into nature with Bayview Outdoor Pursuits. Pensacola Parks and Recreation. Discover more, play more, live more.
Well, I think it's all about local, and I'm a big believer in local. So I think anytime you can carry a message out locally, it's important. And I think it's anytime the person that delivers the service can also deliver the message, which is unusual. You have the people that actually deliver the project doing the talking, and I think that's a huge difference, and really makes a huge value difference for the consumer. So I'm really just so grateful that we have this local opportunity with Blab TV. My name is Quince Dieter, and I am Blab TV.
And welcome back to this Friday edition of Sunshine's Corner. We've had a fantastic day. I tell you, I love knowledge and sharing knowledge because it only strengthens us when we take that knowledge and apply it. I want to talk to you more about, because this is our last break, that I'll tell you about the feast that's coming up on November the 25th at the Fricker Center. It is our Feast of Love and Hope dinner spread. We got all of those who have stepped in, even with the people who are coming out to help us. We appreciate you. We're asking that the community come on out. Don't worry about it. Bring any and everybody you know. Baptist's going to be there. And what we've also set up in one portion of the building, we're going to be doing health screening to make sure you're okay. I mean, this is the time. Don't eat too much, you know. Make sure you're okay. Make sure your blood pressure right. Make sure all of that's intact. But that's going to be there as well. Joyce and her team, they're going to set up, and we're going to have that going on. Things that you need to know. You know, with insurance care, we're going to have somebody there even talking about that. But the fact of it is, we're going to be serving you on that day. What a special day that we can come together to show people that you are cared about, that you are loved. We have done some hard work getting this together, and yet working hard. Tammy Gibson, thank you so very much. We've got my girl, Cindy Martin, thank you so much. And we've got from Paula Benson, out working hard. We just put all of our resources together to collectively put together a feast that's going to really celebrate everybody. So you know how to cook? Oh, Carolyn, who I talked to this morning, how she was telling me she's already prepared dressed, and these people are ready for you. It's going to be a day that we come out to celebrate together. So nobody should go without on that day. Nobody should be left without something on that day. And we are hopeful that we can. Oh, and thank you, Gabe, for purchasing all those turkeys. That took a weight off of us that would have, you can't imagine. I mean, she purchased 25 turkeys. Thank you so very much. Even for those who are yet donating turkeys. I got a call last night. There are more that's going to be calling in today. The Democratic Party, they are donating. And so that we can have enough. We want to make sure that the elderly, the homeless, I mean, if you're just having a hard time, if things are just difficult for you, we want to show you love. I got so many of the city officials that's coming out. I tell you, Chip is even coming out. Thank you, Chip. He said he's going to be there. Who else is? We've got Commissioner May said he's coming by. Thank you, Lumen. And when they come by now, we got the police department. Oh, we got nets for their hair. They are going to be serving. I got your gloves already. I mean, they're going to serve that day. And this is what it comes to when you serve those who need to be served. You know, Jesus said that we are servants, right? And I think all of our city officials were coming up and said they're going to help out as much as they possibly can so we can help with the people that are in need right here in Pensacola. Would you like to be a part? What are you going to do for me? What are you going to do for these fine people so we can talk about you jumping aboard today when you heard about all the festivities that we're putting together for the community? And this is how we do it. Don't sit there and go, okay, well, oh, I'm a goner. Oh, I will, I might. Then you don't show up. Come on, people. Let's make that happen. Oh, and Mary Charlie, she did so much cooking, and she's yet cooking. Y'all know her. She's one of the greatest. Thank you for what you're doing. And I cannot think of her name, but I'll tell you again. I didn't have my list in front of me for the people who are stepping up to help us with this event. And it's not about me. It's not about Tammy. It's not about Cindy. It's not about Joy. It's not about Baptist. It's about the people who are having difficulties right now. And this is why we are going all the way. Miss Doris Hayes, thank you for jumping aboard. She's got all those cakes coming. Thank you so much for being a part of this. We want this to be an occasion, whereas we're going to serve those. You know what's happening in the country now. You know how many things that are going on that people need. And we are going to make sure that day that it is totally taken care of. We're going to reach out for the veterans. Veterans, I've already talked to some of their people. They're going to make sure those who need food will be there to get something. And we've gotten enough that we're hopeful that even if you have something that we need to prepare you a plate that you can take it home so you can have something else to eat on that day. If you know someone that's homeless, send them our way. We don't look down on anybody. The only time I look down is when I'm trying to help you up. That's the way we should all do. Quit this and do this. Quit the talk and come with actions. That's what we're doing on November the 25th. That's Tuesday at 900 North F Street. That's the Fricker Center. And it's, the rays of giving. It's so many rays, the sun rays. It's so many rays of giving. And the macaroni and cheese, I tell you, Tammy is so happy about it. I thought I was excited. She's just about got me beat. But I say that, ladies and gentlemen, keep that in mind, because if you know somebody that's hungry, nobody's going to be turned away. If you're out and about, you know somebody that is in need, call us up, because we're going to be preparing some plates for people who cannot get out, but we're going to have it delivered to them. This is how we're putting all of our resources together to make a difference. It's all about love. Love is an action word. You can tell me you love me, but your actions will show just how much you love me. Think about it. It's an action word. It's been a fantastic week, guys. I tell you what, I've been rolling, out doing a lot, learning a lot, only to make this platform better. I want you to have the best because you deserve the best. And anything I can learn and apply, believe me, I want you to know that it's no I in mine, it's us. That we got to make this happen and give God all the glory for it, because He is our director showing us how to do it. It's been wonderful. This weekend is going to be a lot going on. I think the Dandies are even doing this tomorrow night with the African American Heritage Society. That's a great show that's going to be going on there, but that's sold out, so you'll hear about the pictures there. I've got to go, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a fantastic week. It's a fantastic day. I thank you for allowing me to spend time with you every day in your living room, at your job, wherever it is that you may want to watch this. I appreciate the fact that you allow me there. I got to leave you as I do every day, because I mean this strictly from my heart. Never, ever, ever allow anybody to take away from you what you know God has given. Is all yours. Don't lose your focus. Hold on to it and keep moving forward. Know that I do love you with a perfect kind of love. And I tell people this: if you're around toxicity and negativity, nothing positive, walk away, because it'll spread to you. Until Monday for another day of sunshine, know that I do love you with a perfect kind of love. Have a great weekend. We'll see you then. Bye for now.
Sunshine's Corner, being brought to you by Quint and Richie Studer.